What's up, guys? Ace here, bringing you guys a Jujutsu Kaisen episode 13 review. And it's been a minute. And there's a few reasons because of that, but I'm not gonna get into it too much. Just the fact that, like, it's the holidays and stuff like that. But, anyways, that doesn't matter too much, alright? We're here to talk about some Jujutsu Kaisen episode 13. Yeet. I have no idea why I did that. No idea. Anyways, yeah, so Jujutsu Kaisen episode 13. This was a pretty good episode, not gonna lie. I kind of like how it turned out. It kind of left you sort of just like in the unknown, sort of questioning things, sort of like, it makes you think. It's super nice. Like, I like that sort of thing. The cliffhangs are nice. Also, this meaning, the killing of, oops, I can't, do I even go to it now? I guess the end of this episode necessarily means that the character in mind, and if you guys watched the episode, I'm assuming you guys watched the episode. The character in mind is actually more important than I would have originally thought, and not just like some sort of, just like throwaway character. Like, this wasn't someone who, was supposed to be beaten anytime soon. Like, they seemed like they're gonna have a important part in the plot, and that's cool. That's all interesting. And maybe even go to say like this is the main. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. I think Mahito is definitely more important than I thought originally, but that's fine. It seems like he's gonna be the main dude, one of the main dudes at least. Super curious what the other guy was, who we had saw in the last episode, but anyways, whatever. So in this episode, we actually start off with the continuation of the fight with Mahito and Kento, or sorry, Itadori and Kento versus Mahito. So of course, for some reason, I didn't know this exactly why. I think it's just because the way he can change his soul, sort of, I guess, manipulate it, that Kento's ability just won't work because he ends up hitting the wrong parts, I guess, and doesn't necessarily hit them in the right area because you have to touch the soul and not the body. That sounds super deep, and I promise I'm not 14, but that's a thing. That's a thing. Who knew, right? So while I do like Kento a lot, his abilities didn't work on Mahito. And so after seeing that Mahito was damaged by Itadori, it seems like for the most part, Itadori is the only one who can really stand against Mahito. Now, granted, Kento is needed because he needs some way to distract Mahito or do something to get Mahito's attention from Itadori, because Itadori's where the power is coming from. Like, he's packing the punches. He's got the divergent fists, which is essentially, this is I think his original technique thus far, which, not gonna lie, I might get hated here, but it seems kinda meh compared to the other abilities you've seen. Like, it's basically like, and no hate too, no hate on like Naruto, but like it seems like the Rasengan version, right? It's just like sort of like an all-encompassing attack that just one hit KOs everything, right? I don't know though. Apparently others can do it too, but it's just not as effective. So I'm really hoping Itadori gets something stronger. Anyways, it seems like the Divergent Fist does some damage against Mahito. And that's interesting, right? Like, it seems like the initial impact sort of hits the body, and then the second wave does a majority of the damage, if not all the damage. So that's interesting to see. I'm wondering if that wave hits the soul, if it's that strong, it's like hitting the soul. I feel deep every time saying I'm hitting the soul or something like that. Like, there's some other reason or deep understanding of what I'm trying to say, but there isn't. Anyways, so we use this. Mahito uses this to his advantage, in that he also knows that Itadori doesn't want to kill people, and the fact that Mahito is just like an absolute monster. He has humans just laying around, just like disposable bodies laying around in his mouth and stuff like that. He literally just brings out some like dried up raisins, makes them humans, and makes them attack Itadori. And Itadori is like, "Oh no, they're humans. I can't kill them. Oh no!" And I'm like, "All right, come on, dude. Come on. You gotta kill them." Okay, this is one of my pet peeves. Not gonna lie. I hate when characters, they're like, "Oh, I can't kill anyone. Like, I'm too good to kill people." And granted, like, you're the hero, those things are, I guess, are supposed to be like more heroic and not killing things. But it's like, there comes a time and a place, right? Like, am I mistaken here? Anyways, the raisins come and attack Itadori, and we find up that Kento is the one having to fight Mahito, and of course Mahito can't be killed by Kento, and so it seemed like one side to match. And then we see, after a minute, we see that Itadori ends up smashing into Mahito and Kento's fight because he ended up killing the humans, if I'm not mistaken. And this was all after Kento had been sent into Mahito's domain expansion. And oh boy, this is interesting because there's a few things you guys should know about domain expansion. I won't say them here, but like for the most part, it essentially means you're gonna get stab, which is same attack bonus for any of you who play Pokemon. And that basically just means you're gonna do a lot of damage. You're gonna do some damage. And also 100% accuracy, essentially, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, Mahito is lining up to kill Kento in one shot, like a one-shot blow. And I don't think this is necessarily impossible without the domain expansion. It's the fact that you get the 100% accuracy that's really important, because messing with your soul is just like gonna destroy you. Like you can't you can't just mess with someone's soul and not destroy them. Okay. To be fair though, like although I do think Mahito has a lot of understanding of his abilities, there is time and time again where we've seen that his ability doesn't actually kill people. Like when he throws the rays, I'm not sure if he's preserving them purposely, but it does seem that their soul is still intact and they can still talk and whatnot. They just are being manipulated, but they're still there. That makes sense. So that's interesting. I'm not sure if it's needed, but having the 100% accuracy on Kento is super, super understanding. Although it did seem like before he released his domain expansion, he was able to pin down Kento. So it's like, was it needed? Was it just to show sort of the domain expansion a little more? And I'm thinking yes. But maybe not in total, because there's definitely some need to have this domain expansion as well. Because if you guys weren't familiar with the last episode, Mahito tried to get inside Itadori's body. You know what? Itadori has Sukuna in him. And you know what? Sukuna is the bad bitch himself. So, Sukuna's not going to let Mahito mess with his soul. And so I think Mahito, no lie, is just scared for his life trying to attack Itadori. Like, am I going to touch his soul in accident? Oh no. If I touch his soul, the big boss himself is going to come out and like beat my butt, right? Like that's some serious crazy stuff. And I don't even know how you fight against that, right? Like you want to be able to not touch Itadori's soul because somehow it's entwined with Sukuna, but you want to be able to kill him still, right? And if your abilities are solely based on manipulating the soul and body, I guess to some extent, it seems kind of rough to do, right? Like these are almost one and the same, so it's kind of hard to. So I don't know. I guess that's why he was trying to take out Kento by himself first to just get rid of that sort of bottleneck. Anyways, in the end, inside the domain expansion, and because of Mahito's ability, he ends up touching when Itadori ran and jumped inside Mahito's domain expansion. Mahito's domain expansion ended up touching whoever's inside the domain expansion ends up touching their soul, right? So he didn't like purposely touch or actively touch Itadori's soul. It's just Itadori went into an area that just inserts Mahito's soul into everything in the area, right? And so because of that, Sukuna was like, oh, I can't even do any justice. It was like kind of nutty though, not gonna lie. It was pretty nutty. He literally just like I don't even know how he did it, because this is like 2 Sukuna fingers and just like sliced up Mahito, and for some reason it like literally like critical hit him. I don't know why, but that was a thing. It was absolutely crazy. And I was like, okay. I don't know if Itadori didn't do that on purpose, did he? I'm pretty sure he didn't. But like after that, it was like, what the heck? How did Mahito get damaged? Like I think the most Itadori did was like look at him, and all of a sudden, like I think Mahito pissed his pants. Like no lie, it was kind of crazy. It was kind of crazy. Yeah, and then from there we basically got Mahito going into like crazy mode and trying to like escape, because you touch Sukuna, you gotta run away. Like that's your only chance. The only thing keeping Sukuna back is Itadori's body, and Itadori is relatively like slow in the game. Like he's not at Mahito's level. He's a little fat. He's a little slower than Mahito, and all this sort of stuff. Not as well equipped in the Jujutsu environment. So all in all, that's essentially what happened in the fight in this episode. And I gotta say, it was a pretty dope episode. It was pretty dope. And I don't know what else to say about this. Like I'm really hoping to see more of Mahito. And how he progresses as a character after seeing this. I'm really wondering how he's gonna be able to attack Sukuna, especially seeing that he wants to keep Sukuna alive while he doesn't want to mess with Sukuna, but he also wants to mess with Itadori and destroy Itadori, right? So it's kind of weird to go about that, especially with Sukuna being around. And it also seems that Sukuna has his own plans, and Itadori is completely clueless on them. So that's gonna be interesting to see. One thing I do have to say though is I'm kind of scared a little bit. I'm kind of scared because the way that they portrayed this episode, especially in the last minutes, meant that this was the last episode of the anime thus far in the season. So, Now, I'm pretty sure it's not gonna be like an evergreen anime. Pretty sure. I could be wrong here. I'm hoping I'm wrong. There's no indication that it's gonna be another season, right? At the moment. So, I'm really hoping that it's not gonna cut off the series right now. But I think it will. I think it will. I hope I'm wrong. I think it will. So, anyways, tell me what you guys think about this series. If I'm not wrong, but if I'm right, what do you guys think is gonna happen next? I'm super interested. I think it's just because like the high hippie sort of jolly sort of thematic ending where like they had all the people showing like Gojo Sensei and Kento and Itadori wanting to get stronger. At the end, it seemed too happy and like sort of up in the air, like what was gonna happen. So I'm super interested in seeing, and like we could totally see this going into another season, right? From this point, like they come back and then Mahito's stronger and stuff like that. I don't know. But tell me what you guys think about in the comment section below. I think this was a dope episode. Hopefully looking for more, and yeah, it's gonna be dope. This anime is sick. I'm pumped. Don't know if I want to watch or read the manga, but geez, they always gotta do me like this. Always gotta. Anyways, peace out, guys. Catch you later and see you guys later.